we wouldn't let you leave without a gift. So could you, from all of us to you, we have a very special present. Yes, you have to open it in front of everyone.
Susan likes presents.
Did you wear mascara? Probably not.
How about take the little one first?
This is something Susan always gave to a retiree. Oh, Lord, you really...
So it's a picture of the Comac branch and the staff signed it. And Susan used to do that for everybody else, so. I couldn't let you not have one.
I'll be back in on the 10th.
Okay, now here's your real present.
That was pretty real. I'm tired. I don't work so good no more.
Here's a card you can just take something. It's fine.
I found it.
Susan's been talking about this for like a month.
Oh, good God.
It's not Elvis.
No, it's actually an iPad.
It's an actual real one.
Every time somebody would say something, I would run to Julie and ask her, you know I never needed this. My family knows I never needed this. I would run to Julie and say, wait a minute, I have another question about the iPad. I'm thinking of getting one. I have another question about it. And I guess she got so sick of answering questions. Thank you all so much, but Julie, you have to come and set me up and help me work with it. That's still going to be your thing, okay?
I charge.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good. Eleanor said
Julie,
you on library time.
31 years, I've already paid. But thank you all very much. Yes, I do have, I do. So if you just hold this for a second, I will just get it because I did have to write this down. Thank you. Thank you. You have to know that. First of all, hi, hello, good evening, everybody. It's really so nice to see you all. And I did write a few remarks down. I'm sure it doesn't surprise anybody. And I'm sure that most of you would say that you've never really known me to be at a loss for words. But I have to say, I'm pretty close to that now, seeing all of you here as I head into retirement. But just to keep me humble, I'm reminded of Fred Skelton's remark when somebody commented to him about the large turnout for the funeral of Harry Cohen, who was a reviled man in Hollywood, not very well liked at all. And Red Skelton said, well, it just proves what Harry always said, if you give people what they want, they'll turn out. Well, see, Eleanor's really, yes, the reason Eleanor is laughing so hard at that is because when Eleanor came in this evening, Eleanor said to me, I guess they just want to make sure you go. Apparently that didn't work either because I will be back, as Julie pointed out. But there are, though, a couple of things I do want to say. I'm sure you had no doubt about that. First, I do want to say thank you to Sandy Atlas, Sue McManus, Eleanor Wiskoff, Joan Budagno, Joan Janicki, and Lydia Moser for their mentoring, support, trust, and confidence, and the opportunities they gave me during the 31 years I was with the library. When Comac closed for a renovation, it was, as a lot of people know, with trepidation that I went to Smithtown. Smithtown was that vast unknown territory where strange things happened and people worked in mysterious ways. They always used to say to us, that's not how they do it in Smithtown. And we always said, well, that's how we do it in the branches. But so Smithtown was this really sort of scary place. And I see Sue is not here, and I'm sorry about that, but Sue, I missed you. Oh, darling, hello. I've never known you to come in that quietly. How did you? That's where I didn't check. I should have checked. Sue knows that I went and begged her and said, you can't do this to me. You can't make me go to Smithtown 5 days a week. Please, please. I live half a mile from Kings Park. Please let me go back to Kings Park. So she finally relented. And with that little mystical smile of Sue's, knowing that you have to be careful what you ask for. She said to me, sure, go to Kings Park, which was fine. But I do have to say that my year in Smithtown turned out to be one of the best I've ever had. And I ended up saying thank you to Sue for sending me there, even for the 3 days that I was there. People like Kim Seliger, Karen Baudouin, Sue Gottesman, Karen Zadig, Eileen Caulfield, Linda Tarasi, Gail Rangstel, Jean DeLaura, Sheila Doherty. In fact, everyone at Smithtown were warm, welcoming, and made me feel at home from the moment I arrived. Anxious as I was to get back home to Comac, I was still sad at leaving Smithtown. And I still feel an affinity for Smithtown even now. I will never feel the same, oh God, Smithtown way as I did before. So I do want to say thank you to all of those people at Smithtown who were really they just made it my best, one of my best out of 31 years, and I will never forget that, and I thank you all so very, very much. And to the wonderful staff of Comac, with whom I've shared actually the last 17 years, births, deaths, graduations, weddings, thank you for all you did to make those years enjoyable. Thank you for your friendship, your caring at times when we needed it, your understanding at times when I needed it. And I know Linda Goldman was there when I got there, so she and I have been together for 17 years in that branch. And as you know, when you work closely with people, you always have ups and downs, but I have to say, they have been the most accommodating, wonderful people that I've ever had the good fortune to work with, and I thank you all. And as I said, I will be back. To Julie Delaney and Mary Griffin, thank you so much for all of the hard work you did in putting this evening together. You're both very rare people whose friendships I value highly. Thank you, too, for my wonderfully supportive husband, Don. Despite the fact that he seems a little bit ambivalent about my retiring and being around home all the time. You mean you're going to be here? And as he pointed out to me, you don't expect me to amuse you 24/7. And I said you haven't amused me 24/7 for the last 35 years. But he's been wonderful for most of them, and I thank you, Don, for, he said to me, you can retire, you cannot retire, you can do exactly as you please when you decide what you want to do, and I thank you for that. And I want to say thank you to my family who traveled from Massachusetts to celebrate this milestone with me. That's my niece Greta, my brother-in-law David, my sister Harry, and my other wonderful niece Greta, Jackie is right over there.
Right next to you, but that's okay.
Thank you. During the 3
Congratulations,
days,
Susan. We're happy to be here, by the way.
Thank
We're
you.
proud of you. Very proud to see how many people love Susan. My Aunt Susan.
or are just waiting to see, is she ever going to really go?
I don't think so.
And during the 3 decades I worked at the Smithtown Library, I've seen the marvelous staff do incredible work, often under very difficult conditions. Yet they were unfailingly kind and helpful to the public, other staff members, and to me. For this, I truly cherish each and every one of you, and I will miss you all, and yes, will, even you.